What's up, YouTube? I'm Robert, and this is the biker channel, B1. Today, we're going to talk about wheels, and in particular, Enve wheels. Are they worth it? Let's find out. A few years ago, I got my first set of carbon wheels, and when I was thinking about what brand to buy, Enve was the only name that was at the top of the list. I can't really say why I wanted Enve rims. I just knew whenever you talked about top of the line wheels that Enve was the choice. But why?
When I started the channel, I had an old bike that I just kept upgrading the parts because I couldn't afford a new bike. One of the biggest upgrades I made was building a set of custom wheels with Stans Flow aluminum hoops and Project 321 hubs. When I finally got a new bike, I wanted carbon because, well, it was expensive, so that must mean it's better. I figured they'd be better for me, but if I'm honest, I really didn't have a good grip on why, other than because it was on the top end bikes, it must be better. When I got my first Bronson, so many things were new to me that it really took me a while to fully understand what was causing the differences that I was feeling. Was I climbing better because the frame was carbon? Or was it the carbon cranks? Maybe it was the change in geometry. I don't know. Could have been the suspension design. I really didn't know. As I got more comfortable on my bike and the channel was growing, I had the opportunities to ride other bikes. One of the first things that I noticed was the feeling of the wheels flexing. I clearly remember the moment I recognized it, and instantly thought to myself, I'm never buying aluminum wheels again. Since then, I've ridden a lot of different carbon wheels, and I'll say that I'm definitely still partial to Enve. There's several reasons. Their customer service is hands down the biggest reason.
Yeah. I lost a spoke and a tire. A couple of spokes.
Apparently, that's what happens when you run over a stick and it breaks a boatload of spokes. So I took the wheel down to the shop and they hit Enve up. They wanted the wheel back to make sure the hoop wasn't damaged instead of having the shop just put new spokes in. When they determined that it was, they sent me a new one and I was back on the bike in no time. Another reason is I'm not a small guy. Although I've lost a bunch of weight recently, at times I was riding my wheels at 300 pounds. And even today, at 240, I'm still a big guy. I can say without a doubt that those wheels, they were rock solid, and they took all the abuse a guy my size could throw at them. On top of that, I didn't have to get them trued once in the whole 3 years I was riding them. When the time came that I sold my Bronson, I found myself back on the market for new wheels. There were so many more brands available now, but because of my experience with Enve, it was still on top of my list. I had Enve on the biker bar, and during the conversation, we were talking about their new wheel design. It has a thin plastic rim strip and a new rim shape that they claim highly reduces snakebite flats and rim damage that were associated with flat tires. I was pretty intrigued with the changes, and they were kind enough to send me a set of hoops. I called Jake over at Project 321 and he offered a set of his new hubs at no cost as well. Project 321 hubs come in loud and quiet. I opted for quiet. You gotta keep the loud hub haters at bay, right? They also have 216 points of engagement, are available in a bunch of colors, and the price is great. And if price is really a factor, sign up for my Patreon and get yourself an additional 20% off. I've been riding Project 321 hubs on my bikes for almost 15 years, and I don't have the slightest hesitation in recommending them for your build.
Right about now is whenever I tell you about the sponsors of the video. And Enve sent me the hoops, Project 321 gave me the hubs, but I have one group of sponsors that's really important to me, and that's the people that are out there on Patreon. And if you want to be part of that, you can. All you got to do is swing by Patreon and look up Biker, B1KER, or click the link and show more and get yourself over there. For $1 a month, you get access to the coupon codes that I have, save yourself some money, and help me out. For $5, you get access to Patreon exclusive videos. That's not just the rough cuts that I used to do. I've been making content exclusively for Patreon. That's videos, complete videos, that aren't available anywhere else except for the people in that $5 tier. If you really want to help out, there's a bigger tier, comes with a bunch of merch. If you're not into the monthly thing and you just want to throw me a solid, swing by my shop on the biker website and pick yourself up a hat like this or a shirt like this. I'm not making a killing on this stuff. You're getting a hat or you're getting a shirt and I'm getting $5. It's that simple. I get it. You're tired of YouTubers asking for money. So am I. It's annoying. But if you want something free, I got you covered. Go to Instagram or Facebook and follow me over there. Lots of free content, and that also makes me happy. Even though it's free, it still helps me out, the same way as you hitting the subscribe button. Enough of that, man. Let's get back to the video.
Once the wheels were on the bike, I decided to put some time on them before I really gave my opinion. I feel like there are initial impressions that one can get, but over time you really start to notice the little things. In the meantime, I contacted Sticker and we designed some graphics for my wheels. Personally, I love my bike to be individual and not to look like everyone else's. Sticker gives you the ability to do that with decals. They can get the color damn close to what you have, as well as put any kind of pattern or design that you can dream up on there. They also have frame protection that they can print designs on as well, so you can add even more flair to your ride. The process is as easy as washing your bike, peeling off the old stickers, and then putting the new ones in their place. If you want to protect your bike or just make it really stand out, shoot them an email. If you're curious about some of the stuff they do, check out their Instagram. Not only do they do anything you want, they also print for companies. Which brings me back to another reason that I love Enve. You can create custom decals right on their site, and guess who prints them? Sticker. One of the key features of the new wheels is the rim strip. This practically eliminates pinch flats. In addition, it also takes away the need for the rim tape. I will say it does make putting a tire on a little more difficult. The first time you try, you're not a pro. However, with anything, the more you do it, the easier it gets. And ultimately, it doesn't seem to be much more of a hassle.
Actually, that wasn't too bad. It probably looked more frustrating than it was.
As far as the pinch flat issue goes, I can say this. It would be awesome if I could tell you these wheels were indestructible. However, somehow, bombing down a hill, I heard a noise that I knew wasn't good. My tire didn't go flat and I just went about my way. And a few days later, I noticed a crack in my rim. I ended up needing to warranty the rim, and so I headed over to my favorite bike shop in Auburn, Victory Velo. Dave and Tony, they both took great care of me. And when we contacted Enve, guess what? The customer service, it was flawless, just like I experienced in the past. And before I knew it, Enve took my old wheel, took the hub out, and rebuilt it on a new one and sent it back to me, free of charge. They have a lifetime incident protection program that covers everything from impact damage to roof-mounted garage encounters and everything else in between. Well, at least that's what the card here says. And so far, seems that way to me. One thing I do want to say is something happened on the trail that was enough for that rim to be replaced, and I didn't get a flat. That's really impressive. That wheel didn't have Cushcore in it, and honestly, when I popped it open, it was a little low on sealant as well. So, from that experience, I'm a believer in their technology. I'll be honest, when I was on the biker bar talking to Enve and they told me that the rim strip would pretty much stop flats, I didn't believe it. And then, when I saw the strip in person, I really didn't believe it. However, my experience has truly changed my perception, and I'm humbled that their product seems to hold up to the claims that they've made. At the end of the day, the impeccable customer service, the anti-flat technology is nice, but it's not nearly as coveted as the stiff rim that isn't too harsh, and in my opinion, one of the sleekest and most appealing designs on the market today.
Just a second, can you guys do me a favor? Hit that subscribe button down there. It really makes me happy. And if you like the content, hit the thumbs up because, well, that makes me happy too. I love seeing the subscriber count climb, and honestly, it's the one thing that really keeps me motivated to keep doing this channel. So hit that button.
On my last bike, I ran Cushcore and I really enjoyed them. I liked the added sidewall stiffness and the grip I could get from running at lower pressure. The rim protection, it was an added benefit, but not really the reason that I bought them in the first place. For the first few months, I've been running these wheels without inserts just to get reacquainted to how it felt without them. I've been really happy with these wheels. I think the main reason is because I got the 35mm inner width hoops. With the larger tires, they have a much better shape to them and perform better in my opinion. On my old wheels, the inner diameter was too small for the width of tires I was running, so the Cushcore really helped battle the ballooning of the oversized tires. After a few months of riding without inserts, I'm questioning if I really want them in my wheels anymore. I contacted Cushcore and they sent me a new set of inserts to see how they paired up with these new Enve wheels. I'd be lying if I told you I wasn't nervous about the install of the Cushcore and the rim strip together. I felt like having two things that made installing a tire difficult was going to be enough to make my head explode. But instead, it fared a little differently. Personally, I'd love to tell you that Cushcore is super easy to install, and after a few times, it really is. However, they sent me that tool that you see me using, and honestly, it's my favorite tool for installing tires, whether you have Cushcore or not. It's truly something I wish I had years ago. At this point, I've been riding these wheels for 6 months. I really wanted to make sure I rode them for a while, without Cushcore, to truly give them time, to give you guys all the most honest review that I could. I wanted to put a lot of thought into it. I think these wheels are phenomenal. Honestly, for a lighter guy, I think it's quite possible that because of the rim width and potentially using tires with a thick sidewall, you probably don't need Cushcore. However, after riding them with Cushcore back in, I'm still a firm believer that any rider that's around 200 pounds or more shouldn't even think twice about buying Cushcore. The sidewall stiffness is instantly noticeable in your cornering, and the ability to run lower pressures increases your grip, but doesn't make your tires feel spongy. Yes, they make your wheels weigh more, but I'll be honest, it's not something that I notice when pedaling. I'm sure that someone listening to this vehemently disagrees with me. However, I personally believe that the advantages of running Cushcore far outweigh the disadvantages for me and my style of riding.
Drop!
So where does that leave us? Here's the short of it all. And remember, this is just my opinion. I've been riding Project 321 hubs for a long time before I was a YouTuber, and it's what I use on all my wheel builds. Enve is the standard in carbon wheels, and although they come with a higher price tag, I think you get what you pay for. If you want your bike to show your individual flair and stand out, be one of a kind, hit up sticker. And last, Cushcore isn't only for rim protection. Its best feature is the confidence it can inspire in your cornering, and it's installed in both my bikes. I know it's easy to assume that I feel the way that I do because I didn't pay for all the products in this video. However, I've paid for and used a lot of different parts over the years, and I feel confident in my opinion. Let me know in the comments what your favorite wheel build is, and whether or not you like to personalize your bike.
So there you have it. Enve, in my opinion, still the best wheel company out there. Yeah, you pay for it, but you get what you pay for. And hey, it's American made, and this rim strip, I'm pretty freaking impressed with it. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what wheels you have, what bike you have, because only one thing is important. It only takes a bike to be a biker. Get out and be one.